by other philosophers with very long names, guys like Ludwig Feuerbach and Sigmund Freud. And my fellow students and my professors and TAs would say things like, Wes, that's great, but you see, religion is just a wish fulfillment. You want it to be true. You have a longing for it to be true. This is what Feuerbach wrote. He talked about the fact that Christianity, religion as a whole, but Christianity in particular, is a wish fulfillment. We have these longings, and so we look for someone who can supply the answer to those longings. But it's not really true. It's just a wish. And Sigmund Freud, in particular, came up with theories about the fact that we have these complex relationships with the leaving and cleaving of our parents, and when we leave our parents, we long for that relationship, and so we just look to the big daddy in the sky. Now, the rebuttals to guys like Freud were, well, you had a terrible relationship with your father, and so you just don't want the big daddy in the sky to be true. I mean, the argument goes both ways. But here's the interesting thing that I discovered when I sort of tried to view it from the other side and take some of these objections to what I was saying seriously. And I came to the conclusion that you might be surprised at. I agreed with them to some degree. I think Christianity is a wish fulfillment. I just think it's a true wish fulfillment. You see, some thirsts have thirst quenchers. I've been talking for a few minutes now, and my throat is parched. Now, if I were to say, I'm really thirsty, someone tried to offer me a bottle of water before, which I refused, which makes this point maybe a little bit null. But I'm thirsty because I've been talking. No, I have one. Thank you, Mike. I have a thirst. Now, if you were to look back at me from the audience and say, Wes, of course you have a thirst, but there's no such thing as a water bottle. I mean, you just have that thirst because you long for it. You want it to be true, and so you find a fulfillment for that longing. You have a thirst, and so you're trying to imagine a thirst quencher. To which my appropriate response is, nope. You see, Christianity is a wish fulfillment. It's just a true wish fulfillment. Some longings are true, and some thirsts have thirst quenchers. Those ultimate questions we have are not invalid. They are supplied by the Christian worldview, and that's why I think it's fascinating. I talked about the very first chapter of the Bible and the very first verse. In the last book of the Bible, in the last couple of chapters and the last few verses, we see the God of creation inviting us to take a drink. Let the one who is thirsty come, and let the one who wishes take the free gift of the water of life.